Welcome to the Blue Cafe. We offer stories of infidelity, betrayal, and redemption. Please like and subscribe. Cheers. Now, on to today's story. First time I've seen him up close and in person, and spoke to him in person since he left me for AP. AP was also there with her kids at our family home. Through solicitors and the police I managed to arrange collection of some of my belongings finally after 2 long months. Update. So after contacting my solicitors and the police and finally getting in contact with the ex, I managed to get some belongings after 2 long months. He has only given me my clothes, he's refusing to return the kids' clothes and toys. She's, AP, behind that I believe, as she was there pulling all the shots, refusing me what's mine and what he had originally agreed to give me. He has now gone back on his word and won't. The biggest laugh is she's controlling him from behind, texts etc. She can't even face me. Keeps hiding away and wouldn't come out of the house. When myself and my mother was away dropping stuff off at my house and we came back, they were away and they arrived back in his car and she wouldn't even get out of it because I was there. She's literally too ashamed and afraid to face me. He had the audacity to come out though. I really was afraid of seeing him in person like this, but I'm honestly surprised, as I thought I would feel completely different, but surprisingly I felt nothing. I felt nothing for him. This is good, I believe. It means I'm headed towards healing. He literally threw all my clothes in the front garden though, like trash. Afterwards I went home and cried a bit, not because I missed him or was sad to see her and her kids in what used to be me and my kids' home, but because of how cruel he is and has been about this whole thing. Was there any need for any of this, and for the ways he's treated myself and my kids? I hate him, I hate his guts. And I hate her. Did you tell everyone, friends and his family, what he did? Is the AP from his job? Tell HR. You should. Get a good lawyer and nail him to the ground. Good for you getting him out of your head and feeling better. Keep moving forward and don't look back. The AP is his brother's fiancée. Total trash in my eyes, the two of them. Say what? I would assume that his brother knows. Have you talked with his brother? What does his brother has to say about this? You should still tell everyone of what your ex has done. Yes, his brother knew officially about the affair before me, but I had suspicions first long before it was official. They were always sneaky and slipping off outside for secret conversations and constantly texting and ringing each other. I knew it was weird and bizarre and brought it up multiple times, but I was made out to be completely paranoid and crazy. How ironic, rolling eyes face, they are the crazy ones. The whole thing is incest. He's raising his nephew now. It says a lot about what kind of person she is when her brother was happy that she was eventually taken off his hands by his own brother. My ex's brother had been trying to end it with her for a while because she's a control freak and sleeps with everyone behind his back. She has a reputation for being the townsperson they ring when they fancy a bit of sex. Totally classy girl he left me for, rolling eyes face. So it will only be a matter of time before she starts sleeping with people behind your ex's back. Get a bucket of popcorn ready, I sense a SHT show coming on. Edit. How does the rest of his family feel about what he has done? If they view him as a pariah, it will be only a matter of time before the estrangement and the reality that he has downgraded to a cheating control freak takes its toll. Edit. How is custody of the children being handled, yours and your Bill's? What would be in the best interest of the children? I know deep down it won't last and the relationship will be toxic as hell, but it's watching the circus charade in the meantime that grinds my gears. She had the audacity to say she won like it was a competition to steal him from me. His family is absolutely disgusted, but he's estranged from the majority of them and has been for years. So he's alone and with her. Serves him right for what he's done. His grandparents were always there for him, but as far as I'm aware they have cut ties and don't want to get involved, but I try to not contact them too often, but I made sure to tell them absolutely everything. As far as custody goes, he hasn't seen his kids in 5 weeks and is selling their belongings, but he's wanting to see them now finally at weekends, hence why he's finally giving some of my items back. I don't know how that will go, and I sure as hell don't want the AP anywhere near my kids. He is selling his kids' stuff. As someone who was, and still is, very attached to my stuff, I would feel horrible if my dad sold it. Like for real. I feel so much with you and your children, and their lost stuff TBH, I am so sorry that you had to go through all this. Yes, protect your kids at all costs, the same goes for Bill. Hopefully, you will be established as the custodial parent and he will possibly get visitation rights. I'm not sure how the courts will view what is in the best interest of the children since this relationship is so incestuous. What does your lawyer say about this? How old are the kids anyway? Keep your head up and focus on your healing and your kids. Hopefully you have a strong support system of family and friends. As the saying goes, not your circus, not your monkeys. Wow, that is the worst kind of person, and sadly not the only time I heard about stuff like that on this sub. I've been following your submissions and I don't understand if your name is also on the deed on this house, why you moved out and why you remain out. Something in this story isn't adding up. This is a property with shared ownership. He doesn't get to say what property leaves or stays, and if he can move someone in, I'd move back in with my kids as well. I'm happy to see you finally using the law to your advantage now to get the house sold, and get child support if nothing else. It's no longer about your hurt feelings, it's about protecting your assets and getting what's due to your children. Your ex is the lowest form of slime, as is his AP. My name is not on the deeds, unfortunately, due to me telling him not to worry about it at the time to speed up the purchase of the house during COVID. Biggest regret of my life, as I've contributed to the house and paid the mortgage. It was agreed and promised that my name would eventually be put on at a later date. That never happened, and unfortunately he's using that to his full advantage. Damn well, take him to landlord/tenant court or whatever your solicitor suggests and see what you can get for all the items he sold/threw out. And get child support organized. He's been totally twisted and manipulative about this whole thing, and I know she's 100% behind it. He's using the fact my name is not on the deeds against me. I've paid as much into that house as he has. It's honestly not fair. I hate him for what he's done and is still doing. He promised me he would pay me £400 a month for child maintenance. He hasn't paid me a penny and isn't even showing up to work now, so I don't get as much as I'd hoped. He's selling my children's belongings. They are both honestly the worst humans I've ever encountered. He's abusing his position and taking advantage of it. I can't say for sure how it works across the pond, but here in the US we have stipulations in our spousal and child support systems that prevent someone from intentionally taking a pay cut to avoid responsibility. We essentially look at how much they've made over the past while and find the point of highest earning, and then we assess based on that number, calling it their potential earnings. The payer would be able to make a case for good cause in taking the pay cut, but because my girlfriend told me to, absolutely wouldn't cut it. Definitely ask your solicitor about options. I hope you guys have some kind of equivalent and you can thank him. Imagine owing support based off of a job you left to dodge support. He's as much a pos as she is, but he can't continue that into perpetuity. He has an asset to either he has to sell it or work. What is your solicitor saying about child maintenance? It's 19% of his weekly earnings or an amount you agree to, whichever is greater. He can't not work forever, he has bills to pay. See, I think he will lie about his earnings too. He's a compulsive liar, he will do anything to get one over on me and make me do without. I've got an appointment with my solicitor on Wednesday morning, so I will hopefully get more information then, but I am 100% pushing for the house to be sold. Why should she and her kids get to live in it when I paid towards it and she never has paid a penny and won't be? She's living off him and his money and isn't contributing at all. He's money oriented and I don't know what effect she's had on him that he would allow this when he literally made me give him back £5 if I borrowed it off him. What's hurtful is I'm the one that was wronged and betrayed, and he's still hurting me as much as he can. His earnings have to be a matter of record, not his word. His pay stubs, tax records, bank accounts, etc. Your lawyer can suss this out during discovery. It's not a matter of lying. With a solicitor involved, he will have to supply pay stubs. If he stops working or is being paid under the table and he maintains the house, it will eventually come back to you after he owes enough money and it's seized by the bailiffs to pay off his debts. Good for you, Worm. Don't let him think he can walk all over you. The posts on here give you a lot of great information. Married 14 years, you helped with mortgage payments. Great evidence. You go girl, show him you are a warrior for you and your children. I'm keeping you in my heart, blue heart, please know I'm cheering you on. Finally, I have been waiting for this so long. Don't cry, girl. At least you got your stuff back. If I was you, I would suck theirs out for throwing my stuff like that and drag her by the hair through all the perimeter of the house, since she didn't want to let me in to get my stuff. But hey, that's just me. Still, good job, girl. If I could, I would love to drag her by the hair, but I am not risking myself getting an assault charge against her. She's not worth it. She's taken a lot from me, but not my dignity. I'm not lowering myself to her level or his. I'm a bigger and better person. I still have so much to retrieve yet. He only gave me some items yesterday, and he's giving me 1 week to collect the rest or he's disposing of it. But I will be making sure I get my stuff back, that's one thing for sure. Can you get the authorities involved so that he knows that there will be consequences to throwing out your possessions? I mentioned it to the police when I phoned them on their non-emergency number and informed them that my belongings were in the bin, and to be honest, the officer was useless. He made a note of it so it was on record, but that was it. I honestly felt like crying down the phone, because if the police couldn't and wouldn't do anything, then what do? I will, however, be mentioning it to my solicitor tomorrow and see what she says. We hope you have enjoyed today's episode. Please comment, like and subscribe. Cheers. Have a wonderful day or night, wherever you are.